Rupert Wates.
Thank you.
I think I've got you. Rupert Wates, everybody.
So much. It's so pleasure to be here tonight, and I'm sorry we had to wait a little bit. You all seem like very nice people to me. Is that a correct impression?
Most of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to sing you a love song anyway. This is called I'm Amazed by Your Love. I don't need the mountains, I don't need the trees, I don't need the splendor of the sun that shines on me. I don't need the treasures buried out at sea. I don't need the lovely gardens of antiquity. I've traveled far, and all that I've seen left me cold. Crystal sky, nothing could move in my soul. But I'm amazed by your love. When I gaze in your eyes, I hope it stays with me now, all the days of my life. Dreams claw at me in the night, they whisper of tragedy not yet come to light. We must hold on to these precious times when I'm here by your side and you are mine. And I'm on the road, though you are far from me. Everywhere I go, wonder is all that I see. It's better than the mountains, it's better than the trees, it's better than the splendor of the sun that shines on me. It's better than the treasures buried out at sea, better than the lovely gardens of antiquity. I'm amazed by your love. When I gaze in your eyes, I hope it stays with me now, and all the days of my life. I'm amazed by your love. When I gaze in your eyes, I hope it stays with me now, all the days of my life. I'm doing my own songs this evening, although maybe a couple of non-originals. I'll let you know when that occurs. So, it's a great pleasure to be on the same stage finally with Mark, because we've been crossing paths across the country, back and forth for about 15 years. So who am I? That's the question. Who is this limey? What's he doing in Northwood, Ohio? Well, I heard it was the place to be on a Sunday night.
You bet.
Yeah. So I flew in, well, not quite true, but... So my first name is Rupert. It's one of those names that says, I don't come from round here. London, England is my hometown, but I've been based in New York City now for about 20 years. My second name is Waits. So the whole thing reads life is waiting. This is a song about waiting. This is called Waiting to Begin. When I was a little boy, the world was like a Christmas toy, like a game that I was sure to win. And I'm waiting to begin. Work hard and get ahead. In time all things will come, they said. That was only so much spin. And I'm waiting to begin. I'm waiting to begin. Still waiting to begin. I'm waiting to begin. I'm still waiting to begin. I never crossed the starting line. The race has left me far behind. I'm no longer in my prime. So the siren voices sing. They're coming from the promised land, stolen from me by some sleight of hand. Life's a shadow of the one that I plan, till I find the real thing. I'm waiting to begin. Still waiting to begin. I'm waiting to begin. I'm still waiting to begin. Days come and go, and all I really know is that I'm slowly getting older. No more time to waste if I'm joining the race. It's already halfway over. Let me do all that I intend. I'm gonna give all that I have to spend. The road is rushing towards the end, but I'm waiting to begin. Still waiting to begin. And I'm waiting to begin. I'm waiting to begin. I'm still waiting to begin. Thank you very much. So I'd like to give you some songs now from my 2022 CD. I still sell CDs and they're for sale at the back of the room. $10 each this evening, a bargain price. So my 2022 CD was called For the People. For the People. That's a phrase that comes from the Gettysburg Address, which I was hearing all the time at that time. It was the run-up to the 2020 election. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. What a beautiful idea that is, the foundation of American democracy. Long may it last. So I wanted to write some music that would support that idea. I asked myself, what music is genuinely of the people, by the people, and for the people? Well, the answer, of course, is folk music, however you define that. So I went back, in my own case, I went back to my own roots in English folklore, specifically English folklore, and I researched some old stories, from which I then created new songs. So it's a marriage of the traditional and the contemporary, the original and the non-original, if you like. So England being an island, a lot of the stories that you read are about the sea. This song is about a mermaid. Hands up anybody who's seen a mermaid in the last couple of weeks. I knew you'd raise your hand. The imaginative people in the audience. Well, I saw one myself, and I had a very large pint of Guinness beforehand, so she may not have been strictly real. I've always loved mermaids, they're just so sexy, you know. And this particular mermaid is trying to get home to her cave under the sea, but she can't do it because the captain of a ship has anchored with his anchor over the mouth of her cave, and she can't get in to feed her children. So she's begging the captain to weigh anchor and leave. And this is the song that I based upon her plight. This is called O Captain. Oh Captain, weigh anchor, I pray, for I may not return home to your anchor. I be raised, if you like my silvery tail, if you like my bright fishy scales, and my hair much lighter than the breeze, let me show you how thankful I can be. Hear my loved ones calling to me from our home deep under the sea. Draw your anchor from the ocean floor, where it lies now blocking my door. Oh, Captain, wait and I pray. I beg you, let me go on my way. My loved ones are hungry in their lonely cave. Oh, let not their watery home be their grave. My husband below, he is one of your kind, and his voice is sweeter than wine. I tempted him as I lay on the sand, and that same day he gave me his hand. Now each evening you may hear us sing to the moon and her sister the wind. They will send you calm and friendly seas if you will grant this favor to me. Oh Captain, wait and get my pray. I beg you, let me go on my way. I pity on this comely maid, for I may not return home to the anchor, shouting away. So this is another song with a nautical background. In the Bean Islands, as I mentioned, all the folklore that you read is about the sea, and the beauty of the sea, the danger of the sea, the mystery of the sea, the cruelty of the sea, whatever it might be. I've always loved the sea myself. So this is a kind of love song to the sea, and it's called To the Sea. Can you tell me where my true love lies? What's that to me? What's that to me? Did you hear her sing as she passed by? Follow the river to the sea. Were there wildflowers in her chestnut hair? What's that to me? What's that to me? It was for my sake she then did. Follow the river to the sea. There she waits on the sun-warmed sands, while the waves rise and fall, where the old ruined castle stands, and silence gazes from its walls. There she watches as the sailors make land, each with treasures galore. They will show her the pearls and diamonds that they have brought from distant shores. And in time to come she'll not grow old. What's that to me? What's that to me? For a rusty coin she'll trade her soul. Follow the river to the sea. Can you tell me where my sweetheart lies? What's that to me? What's that to me? Did you hear her sing as she passed by? Follow the river to the sea. Follow the river to the sea. Follow the river to the sea. So this is thanks so much, everybody. This is one of my oldest songs. I wrote this about 30 years ago now, when I was about 2. Why does that line get a laugh? So this is one of my most recorded songs, and I still like it 30 years after having written it. So there must be something to it, but I don't quite know what it is. And I decided that the meaning of the song, which I finally come to understand a little bit better, well, it's about the ways in which the natural world renews itself after a period of disaster of some kind, a tornado, a hurricane, disasters, floods, fire, but also the way in which the human heart reconstructs itself after heartbreak, and I'm sure you've experienced that for yourself. It's a remarkable, very resilient muscle, the human heart. So this is for anybody who's been through a dark period recently, full of rain, whatever kind of rain it may have been, even if you just had a bad day. This seemed an appropriate song to sing today, because it's called After the Rains. The eagle shakes his feathers dry after the rains are gone, and makes his home the high blue sky after the rains are gone, and colors waiting to the names are open to the gentle rays of a day come after the rains are gone. In clearer lights after the rains are gone, and we will see with clearer sight after the rains are gone. And when the rain dries on our cheeks to leave us on our mountain peak, then we will hear our visions speak. The morning bird will sing again, although the night was long. And if no trace of us remains, just say we walked in love's domain. This will be our song after the rains are gone. The eagle shakes her feathers dry after the rains are gone, and makes her home the wide blue sky after the rains are gone, after the rains are gone. So in Mark's workshop just now, we were hearing about Woody Guthrie, the great late Woody Guthrie. And it just seemed particularly topical to me to play this song for you this evening, because this is very much a kind of Woody Guthrie kind of song, even though I wrote it myself. It's very much inspired by the legacy of Woody Guthrie. And it's about a strong woman. And when I read the story, it's a true story, which took place during the days of the Dust Bowl, which is real Woody Guthrie territory, of course. It just struck me how much we owe to the women of that period. I'm sure you've all seen the photographs of those women with so much suffering on their faces and yet so much courage, staring out into the hopeless distance as it then seemed. They were the ones who kept the show on the road, literally. They were the ones who helped their men get through by filling them with the courage that they needed to survive. So I want to say thank you to the strong women of America.
Yeah.
And I know there are many of you here this evening. And may I say, we need you now more than ever. So this is my song based upon a true story. This is called Days of Mercy. job one day when I wouldn't take a cut and pay. He couldn't find another place, even when they paid him less. So he settled into his easy chair with his dog-eared magazines until the bank took back our house. And my mama always screamed when she was a little girl. She had a dream she found a pearl hidden in the pocket of her pants. But the pants were full of holes, and when she woke, the pearl was gone. She was only 6 years old. Hold on tight, my mama said. Keep your eyes upon the sun, put your faith in the road ahead. Days of mercy will surely come. Oh, when the world is blown apart, in the eye of a hurricane, strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. So we sold up all we owned. We headed east in a touring car. We found a place with a plot of land down in windy Arkansas. And Daddy went on the lady's farm, but my mama heard it said he didn't work that lady's fields as much as he worked her bed. So she packed a cardboard case with a single change of clothes and took the baby on her hip. I told us all to follow close, and we began the long walk home to the California coast. Hold on tight, my mama said, and keep your eyes upon the sun, put your faith in the road ahead. The days of mercy will surely come. But when the world is blown apart, in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. Of the Oklahoma sun, my mama led me to a stream and dipped a cloth to bathe my head. We walked all through New Mexico, and in a migrant workers' camp I learned all there was to know about the kindness of the poor. And all the children dressed in rags, they gave us everything they had. Bags of sweets with ready smiles, fresh tortilla around the fire, in the huts of rusted iron. When the baby started crying, hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun, put your faith in the road ahead. The days of mercy will surely come. But when the world is blown apart, in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. So we finally reached LA, beside a lake in Lincoln Park. A man was standing all alone, throwing crumbs to feed the ducks. When are you gonna take those children home? Asked the man, and my mama said, we just walked 2,000 miles, we'll make it yet with a little luck. And then the man just looked away. He said he guessed his turn had come. He pulled out $2 bills, enough to see us right, for a can of pork and beans and some shelter for the night. Hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun, put your faith in the road ahead. The days of mercy will surely come. But when the world is blown apart, in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. My mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun, put your faith in the road ahead. Days of mercy will surely come. But when the world is blown apart, in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again. Hold on tight, my mama said, keep your eyes upon the sun, put your faith in the road ahead. Days of mercy will surely come. When the world is blown apart, in the eye of a hurricane, let strength and courage fill your hearts. Days of mercy will come again.
Wow.
Such lovely the audience, we'd love to take you home with us. We'd love to take you. That was a line written by the Beatles, who have more money than I do. If I had more time this evening, I would share with you my Paul McCartney anecdote, but I don't really have time, so we'll have to come to another show. Or if you'd like to see me afterwards. So I've got time for two more, is that?
2 or 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
two. Thanks so much. So this is actually, I'm going to give you part of my instrumental repertoire. I have an instrumental repertoire which consists largely of classical pieces, Mozart, Bach, Vivaldi, Edward Elgar, but also my own tunes and some flamenco, various different things. So I thought I'd give you just a quick taste of that. Right, now this is a piece by Bach, and I always say, don't worry, his Bach is worse than his bikes. That's for non-classical audiences. And I'm going to do it as a medley with one of my own tunes, which is a bit of a cheat movie, to annex one of my pieces to a piece by Bach. I just hope the old man will forgive me. This is Easy Joy of Man's Desire, followed by my own tune, which is called I'll Never Tire of Looking in Your Eyes.
Everybody enjoying this? Okay. So the official timekeepers in the room, we all looked at our clocks and said, he's got till 10 after. You've got at least 15, 18 minutes to go.
Really?
Now, if your hands are blowing up or something, or you've got to get back to New York City tonight, it's your call. But we Does everybody want a little more than just one more? Yeah, or the anecdote even.
Oh yes, we've got time for it now. Just about 45 minutes more.
We got all night.
Well, I lived in London. I'm from London, obviously, and I used to live there until about 25 years ago when I came to New York. And I worked with a singer called Emma, and her second name was Robbins, actually, Emma Robbins. That was her married name. I never found out what her family name was, but her married name was Robbins. And she wanted to record some of my songs because she felt they were a particularly good vehicle for her voice. So we went into the studio at her expense, which was great for me, of course, and we recorded about a half dozen of my songs. And I thought she did a good job. I never really thought she was fantastic, but I thought she did a decent job. And it was nice that she wanted to record my songs and pay for it. So then she took the tapes away. We had tapes in those days. It seems like the dark ages. She took the tapes away, and she called me about a month later, and she said, I've been playing the tapes to people, and they like them. Management agencies, booking agencies, and people like that. But you know who really likes them? Paul McCartney. And I said, are there two? And she said, no, my mum is Paul McCartney's cousin. How about that? So that makes her his second cousin. I didn't know this, of course, I just knew her second name was Robbins. I didn't put it together with McCartney. So anyway, she told me at great length about all the nice things that he said, and he really was very complimentary. And the reason I knew that she was not blowing smoke was that I had absolutely no idea she had any connection with Paul McCartney. So there was no reason for her to invent a story about Paul McCartney liking my songs unless he really did. So I feel I can share with you tonight that Paul McCartney is a fan of mine. I told Emma, will you please tell Sir Paul that I like his songs too? And I think it can work. But I didn't tell her to tell him that I prefer John Lennon. So that's the end of my Paul McCartney. So it's been a great pleasure to play for you, everybody, tonight. And this is a religious building course that we're in, and I want to end with this song, which is appropriate to Sunday as well, and it's a song of community. And as we were saying earlier on, I think several people mentioned the healing power of music. I've seen music actually cure people of sickness with my own eyes, as well as emotionally, it can do wonderful things. And it's the only way that we have now to come together. And I think that if we don't come together, we're not going to make it. So we have to come together. And I think music is the best means that we have to bring people together. And I see my job as a musician to do that very thing, which is to bring people together. So I'd like to bring you all together tonight. This particular song is called Prayer. We take a moment to think about people we know and love who may be in need of a prayer tonight. There's always too many of them. So this is for them, and this is called Prayer for everybody who doesn't have a prayer tonight. Here's to you, here's to me, here's to all we've ever seen, to overcome all that's there. Here's to all we ever shared, to our fathers and to our heirs, to all people everywhere, when they haven't got a prayer. Here's to the young and here's to the old, to the body and to the soul, to all whose stories are still untold. Here's to the lightness and here's to the weight, to the gay and to the straight, to all who died too soon or were born too late. Here's to our enemies and here's to our friends, to the river that never ends. Here's to the sinners and to the born again. Here's to the black and here's to the white, to the left and to the right. Here's to the evening and here's to the morning light, coming into sight. a friend, when they haven't got a friend, when they haven't got a friend, when they haven't got a friend. Here's to the Pope, and here's to the priest, to the west and to the east. Here's to all they bring to the feast. Here's to the lion and here's to the lamb. Here's to the least in the heart of man. Here's to the house on the rock and the house of sand. Here's to the heart and to the head, to the living and to the dead. Here's to the joy and to the tears we shed. Here's to the first and here's to the last, to the future and to the past. Here's to all who ever raise their glass anytime we ask. To the moon and to the sun, to all we've lost and all we've won. Here's to all people everywhere. When you haven't got a prayer, 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 when you haven't got a prayer.
Rupert Wates. So Rupert, you misled me. So before Rupert came on stage, you said